Hi everyone, I'm going to be making an authentic Italian pizza today. This is going to be episode 3 in my series of recipes from around the world. And I found this recipe when I was searching what makes authentic Italian pizza different than the pizza that we're used to. And I love pizza, I love trying new things, so I was looking for a really good recipe. And I didn't find the difference of what actually makes it different, but I found this amazing recipe when I was searching. So I'm going to be making some pear and walnut pizza. I think it sounds amazing and different. So I'm going to attempt to make everything from scratch. I'm going to make my crust from scratch right there. I'm going to make a semi-homemade sauce. And the cheese that I'm using is a combination of Gouda and mozzarella. So the ingredients are basically just going to be the pear and walnut, some sauteed onions. I'm going to make the crust really, really good. I have a certain recipe that I always use for that. And it's not going to have any meat on it whatsoever, but I really can't think of a good meat that would go on this pizza. Maybe pancetta, but I don't have any, so we're just going to go with the meatless pizza. And I'll just tell you what I have going on so far. So far I have my cheese grated, I have my yeast almost ready, it's just about activated. I have my flour getting ready to make my crust. And I've already cut up my pears. You can cut them up however you want. I chose little bite-sized pieces. And the picture in the recipe had the pears like long and thin, big slices, but I just chose to go with small, bite-sized pieces. So I have them sauteing right now with the walnuts, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, I have the pears and the walnuts sauteing right here. I have the onions sauteing in a separate pan. I just wanted them separate. And I have them sauteing in a little bit of butter and a little bit of honey. And I'm just going to let them get a little bit soft. I'm going to let the pears get a little bit soft. Then I'm going to get this all together and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to get my crust going. I think the yeast is ready. It should look like this. So it's been sitting here. What I did, I had 1.25 cups of warm water. I added 1 packet of yeast. I used the fast-acting yeast right here. And then I put in like 1/4 teaspoon of sugar just to help the yeast activate. And so what I'm going to add to the crust is not much seasoning at all. Just I'm going to add a little bit of garlic salt. This got garlic salt combination here. I think it has pepper in it too. Just a little bit of that, not much. And if you have olive oil, that's perfectly fine. I've just been using avocado oil lately and I just happen to like it. So instead of olive oil, I'm just going to add a little bit of avocado oil. And now I'm going to add my water and yeast mixture. And I'm going to get this all stirred up and I'm going to get it all together and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so far all I've done is I mixed the dough. I washed out the bowl and I put a little bit more avocado oil and I covered the dough in it so it looks like that so it doesn't stick to the bowl. So I'm going to cover this and I will be back after the dough doubles in size. So I'm going to cover this and I'm going to put it in a warm place. And after it doubles in size, that's how big it is now, I'll be back and finish the rest. While the dough is rising, I just wanted to show you how this is coming along. It smells really good, and I think it's just about done. I just wanted the walnuts sauteed a little bit, and I just wanted the pears a little bit soft, and so that's how that's looking. And pretty much doubled in size. And I believe it's been about 20-25 minutes. So I'm going to punch this down and I'm going to let it rise again for another maybe 20-25 minutes. And it's really sticky, so I might add a little more avocado oil, but that should be okay. So that's what it looks like again, and I'm going to let it rise for another 20 minutes or so. And I'll be right back again. Okay, the dough is just about ready. I'm just getting ready to spread it out. I'm actually going to cook this pizza in a convection oven because it's a warm day and it like heats up my house less. So it does go up to 500 degrees. So as long as whatever you're cooking this crust in goes up to 450, that's going to be fine. And also I got the sauce ready and I made like a semi-homemade sauce. This is actually just tomato paste. I put it in a pan with some avocado oil, fresh garlic, and some oregano. So that's a very simple sauce that I made. So now I'm going to transfer this dough onto the rack that I'm going to cook it on, and then we're going to get all of our toppings on the pizza and get it in the oven. Okay, now this is the fun part. This is my favorite part of making a pizza after everything is done and the mess is cleaned up and we get to put our pizza together. So I just have my toppings here ready to go and we're going to get started on seasoning the crust just a little bit and then getting all the toppings on it. So this crust comes out perfect every single time. So this is the same recipe I use with any kind of pizza that I'm making. Just a little bit, just to flavor it a little. So that's typically what I do and it grounds up nice. So I don't like a lot of sauce, so just use whatever toppings at your discretion, whether you like more sauce than cheese or anything, but I'm really happy with this crust. I can tell already it's going to be good. I can tell by the texture when, if it's going to turn out or not. So there we go with that. I'm just going to spread. And actually, because this is tomato paste, the avocado oil that I cooked it with on the stove actually thinned it out a little bit so it's easier to spread. Just spread this whichever way is easiest for you. And I like very light sauce. So this is how I'm doing it. I haven't made homemade pizza in a long time, actually. I should send this pizza crust recipe to my son. He loves pizza. In case you've never heard me talk about him, my only son moved to Japan. So now he lives there and he does watch my videos and every now and then he critiques them for me and gives me all kinds of helpful advice. So I'm wondering if he makes this recipe. Okay, I know this looks like really light sauce, but that's how I like it. I don't like a lot, maybe a little bit more just so it's not dry. Okay, I think that's it. That's all the sauce I want. And I want all the toppings on top of the cheese. So I'm going to add my cheese next. So like I said in the beginning of the video, this is just a combination of mozzarella and Gouda. For me, presentation is really important because who wants to eat something that doesn't look good and doesn't look appetizing? So it's always important to me for whatever I make to look really good. I was really surprised by my last week's video. I made a kugel and I was just thinking that it just wasn't going to look good and it looked really good. I was really impressed with that being my first time making it. And I like lots of cheese, so I'm actually going to use all of the cheese. This is going to be so good. Okay, so what should I do next? I'm wondering if I should put the pear and the walnut mixture on, or the onions first. What's going to look better? I think I'll put the walnut and pear mixture on first. It'll look good either way, actually. This is definitely going to be a unique pizza. I mean, the walnuts is going to give it like a very interesting crunch. And the pears, a sweetness. And the cheese salty. It's just like a win-win situation. And I almost didn't make this today. I had a very, very busy day, and I'm glad I actually made this because now I'm hungry. Should I put all of it? I mean, is this going to be too much? There's only a little more. I'll just put it on. And the crust is kind of thick. It's going to be able to withstand all of this. So this is what it looks like so far. Now I'm going to distribute the onions on top. And the onions, just a little bit. They got brown when I sauteed them. Okay, this is the before. And I'm going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees, and I really don't know how long I'm going to cook it, but I'll tell you how long that I cooked it after it gets done. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven. Here's the finished product. It turned out great. It looks amazing, and I'm just going to let it sit for like 5 or 10 minutes, maybe not even that. Then I'm going to cut it and have to try this pizza that looks so delicious. Okay, I cut the pizza and I tried it, and it took me a few minutes in order for it to sink in what I really think about it. So I actually had to take 4 bites. So if I had 3 words to describe this pizza, it would be delicious, amazing, and unique. Because I think what it is, it's the walnuts that's throwing me off, not in a bad way, but you're expecting to taste pizza, and it tastes like something different just entirely. It's just a different, very unique dish. It's like, you know, with all these flavors going on, the onion and the pear together and the walnuts is just really different. It's in a very unique, delicious combination, along with all the cheese and the homemade sauce and the delicious crust. It's really good. I mean, I am really, really surprised, and I'm glad I picked this recipe. And I'm not sure what I'm going to pick next week, but this is getting very interesting. I am just trying new things that I've never ever tried before. I would have never thought to try a pear and walnut pizza. It's just really, really good. So this is my 3rd episode of my recipes around the world. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to make next week, but I'm actually looking forward to it anyway because it's so much fun. I'm trying things that I've never tried before, learning new things, and that's just amazing. I mean, I want to incorporate this with all aspects of my life. Trying new things is really, really exciting. So I hope if you're not subscribed to my channel, you subscribe and like this video and give me some ideas on what type of ethnic recipes I should make next. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.